Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Notre Park in Mesa. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage in the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational. And we're underway in a semifinal game in the championship round as the Notre Dame Saints face off against the Desert Ridge Jaguars. And Kobe Foppe, the leadoff hitter for Notre Dame, up there with a count of 1 strike. And the 1-1. And a breaking ball hit right back up the middle, and that's into center field. And it's a leadoff single for Notre Dame. Now Cooper Samples for Notre Dame. Notre Dame comes in at 10 wins and 4 losses on the season. Desert Ridge at 8-4. Each team had to win a couple of games yesterday to advance to this semifinal as Samples takes a strike over the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Notre Dame had to beat number 9 Chaparral as they came in as the number 8 seed, and then they knocked off number 1 Desert Mountain, turning an easy throw to first and the runner back. But Notre Dame scored 3 times in the top of the 7th inning to beat Desert Mountain 6-4. And for Desert Ridge, they had to win a couple of games yesterday. They played their games over at Red Mountain Complex as Samples takes a strike, and it's 0-2. Desert Ridge beat number 12 Victor Valley out of Victorville, California, and then they beat number 4 Marcos Deniza to advance to the semifinals. The set and the 2-strike pitch and a breaking ball fouled out of play, and it's still 0-2. Runner aboard at first and nobody out, just underway top of the first inning from Notre Park in Mesa. And the next pitch is low for a ball, and it's 1-2. So Foppe, the leadoff hitter for the Saints at shortstop. Cooper Samples bats second and plays second. Devin Durad in left field is the number 3 hitter. Nick Affronti plays first base and bats fourth. Ryan Scott, the catcher, is fifth. And the 1-2 bounced in there, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hitting sixth is the designated hitter, Duncan Morfitt. Thomas Lehman starts in right field today for Notre Dame and plays, as I said, right field batting seventh. And then Devin Young, the third baseman, is eighth. Jimmy DeTroya is the Saints center fielder, and he bats ninth. Yeah, the 2-2 with a runner going, and the ball fouled out of play. Justin Bavalik, the starting pitcher for Desert Ridge, as he gets the call in today's semifinal game. Each of these teams playing their 7th game of the tournament. And a fly ball hit pretty well out to center field. And the catch made in center. Foppe will retreat to first base. And the first down recorded for Notre Dame in the first inning, 1 on and 1 out for Devin Durad. The defense for the Desert Ridge Jaguars, Jaden Egeman is in left field. Ryan Foster just made that catch in center field. And Ian Rady starts in right. Skylar Cones at third base. Riley Unruh, the shortstop. Cam Richens at second. And Caleb Rodriguez at first base. The catcher, Taylor Flores. One on, 1 out in the top of the first inning. Durad in there hitting from the left side. First to throw to first base, and Foppe is back. Kobe Foppe, the runner at first. 5 stolen bases on the season for Notre Dame. Stretching out the lead a little bit, and maybe had him with a little bit of a lean, but Foppe again able to get back. The other semifinal going on in the field behind us, IMG Academy out of Bradenton, Florida, facing off against Williams Field. as the first one to Durant is signed outside for ball one. And that ball hit down the right field line, and if it's fair, it's trouble. Oh, no, caught over there in right. Rady with a long run and able to track that one down. I thought that might get down for Durant, but Rady runs it down in right field, and it's the second out of the inning. Now 2 away with the runner at first, and the batter is Nick Affronti. Affronti in there, hitting from the right side, and the breaking ball is popped up. That's foul and out of play. Now the set on the 1-strike pitch. And another breaking ball, and another one fouled off, and it's 0-2. 2 outs with a runner at first. And the 0-2 as Foppe bluffs but does not go over at first base, and the count 1-2. And a throw to first, and Foppe back standing. The runner goes this time, and the pitch is high. The throw to second is late, and it's a stolen base. Notre Dame gets a runner into scoring position with 2 outs in the first. And a 2-2 count on Nick Affronti with Ryan Scott on deck for Notre Dame. And the 2-2. That misses away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2 on Affronti. And the pitch. And that's not close. High for ball 4. And Affronti walks. Two aboard with 2 outs in the Notre Dame first inning is Ryan Scott. The Saints catcher makes his way to the plate. Taking a lot of time up there. Now the set and the first pitch. And that's over for strike 1. The 1-strike pitch and a breaking ball over the outside corner for strike 2.
Hey kid, find a way.
And the 0-2 with the runner from second taking off. That one blooped down the first base line, but foul. Still 0-2 on Ryan Scott. 2 on and 2 outs in the top of the first. And another one fouled off on the right side, and it's still 0-2. Seventh game in 4 days for each of these teams. And we'll see how the pitching goes throughout the day here as the 0-2 pitch is outside, and it's 1-2. Now the set will look back to second, the 1-2. Just off the outside corner, and it's 2-2. Flores through the signs. The look back again to second base, and the 2-2. Outside and maybe low, and it's 3-2. Now the runners will take off for Notre Dame. Foppe from second, Affronti from first. Taking a bunch of time here. And time called. Foppe single to start the inning. Samples with a flyout. Durad with a flyout. Affronti with a walk. Foppe also stole a base in there, and that's how he got to second prior to the walk. And a ground ball. That's wide at third base, and we'll try it again. Ryan Scott with an 8-pitch at bat. Here in the bottom, or the top of the first inning, rather. 3-2, and the runners will get going again here for Notre Dame. Bellick with his set as he looks back to second in the pitch. And a called third strike near the inside corner. And that'll do it for Notre Dame. No runs, a hit, a walk, and 2 left after a half inning of play. Saints nothing. Jaguars coming up. And here we go with the bottom of the first inning as Cam Richens leads off for the Desert Ridge Jaguars and takes outside for ball 1. And the next pitch, a fastball over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Richens leads off at second base. Riley Unruh, the shortstop, bats second. Taylor Flores, the catcher, is third. Alonzo Palacios is the DH today for Desert Ridge, as the next one is high, and it's 2-1. Jaden Egeman in left field bats fifth. Skylar Cohn at third base is sixth. Center fielder Ryan Foster bats seventh, as the next one bounces in, 3-1. Batting eighth at first base is Caleb Rodriguez. Ian Rady, the right fielder, is ninth. Alex Gorzalani making his first appearance for Notre Dame, as he gets the semifinal start. The pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-2. And a ball fouled out of play. 3-2 on Richens. And a ground ball to second base. On to first, a 4-3 ground out. Starts the Desert Ridge first inning, and the batter is Riley Unruh. We'll set the Notre Dame defense. It's Durant in left, Detroit in center, and Lehman in right. Young at third, Foppe the shortstop, Samples at second, Affronti at first, and Ryan Scott catching Alex Gorzolani. Unruh fouls the first one out of play for a strike. The next one bounced in, and it's 1-1. Another one low, 2 balls in a strike. Taylor Flores next for the Jaguars here in the bottom of the first. The 2-1 pitch. And that's a base hit into right field, and Riley Unruh aboard for Desert Ridge with 1 out. And Taylor Flores making his way to the plate for Desert Ridge. Again, it's the semifinals in the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational. These two teams meeting for the 3rd time already this season, as they each played in the Scottsdale Invitational Tournament to open the season. And they played in that one, and then they played on Tuesday night, a late game over at Desert Ridge in pool play, as Taylor Flores takes strike 1. Desert Ridge won that one after Notre Dame won the earlier meeting, so they've split their first 2. The 1-strike pitch, and that's fouled out of play, and it's 0-2. Unruh at first with 1 out. No score, bottom of the first inning. And a swing and a miss. Flores strikes out, and that's the 2nd out of the Desert Ridge first. And Alonzo Palacios, the DH for Desert Ridge. And the first one to Palacios over for strike 1. The runner bluffs and does not go, and Palacios fouls the pitch to the backstop. And it's 0-2. Notre Dame got their leadoff hitter aboard in the first, and then put 2 aboard with 2 outs, but a strikeout into the inning. Now Desert Ridge with a runner at first and 2 away in their half of the first. And a breaking ball bounced in. Scott made a nice block, and the throw down to second base just a little bit late. An athletic play there for Scott to move his feet, pick it up on a bounce, and then all in one motion throw down to second base, and it turned into a close play, but Unruh gets in. And now he's in scoring position with a 1-2 count on Palacios. And the breaking ball over for a called 3rd strike, and that ends the Desert Ridge first. No runs ahead and 1 left. After 1, there's no score. Saints end up 6, 7, and 8 in the order in the 2nd inning, and Duncan Morfitt takes a curveball for a strike. Morfitt, Lehman, and Young for the Saints in the 2nd. The 0-1. And that's hit pretty well out to left field. Going to send Eggman back. He's looking up, and it's over his head. It'll go all the way to the fence. And stopping at second base is Duncan Morfitt, his 4th double of the season, and it's a leadoff double for the Saints in the second. Now Thomas Lehman batting for Notre Dame. And a high chopper over to third, picked up and on to first base, and that's in time. So Lehman with a 5-3 ground out, and that works out pretty well there for Desert Ridge in that the play recorded over there, and the runner was not able to advance. I need to make a change. I had Lemon in at right field and wasn't able to read my own writing. I had number 12 in that spot, and it's actually Hunter Bross, so I beg your pardon.
Good take.
As Devin Young takes outside, so it is 42 Hunter Bross and not 12 Thomas Lehman. Now runner at second with 1 out, a 1-1 count on Devin Young. Jimmy DeTroya next for the Saints. And the next one bounced in. That'll get away from Flores, and that'll get the runner up as Duncan Morfitt goes to third on a wild pitch. Not much Flores could do there. That was way wide of the plate. He tried to backhand it, but didn't pick it up. The 2-1.
That works.
And that's up the middle, picked up behind the bag at second by Unruh. He spins and throws, but Rodriguez can't pick it up. And a run is in as Duncan Morfitt scores, and Notre Dame leads 1-0 in the top of the second inning. Young aboard at first with 1 out, a run in for the Saints in the top of the second, and the batter Jimmy DeTroya.
Good take.
And a breaking ball misses, 4-1. Now the set on the 1-0. And that's outside. 2 balls and no strikes. And the next one to Detroit inside, 3-0. Young with the lead off first. Oh, and he got him leaning and safe over there. The throw just wide of the bag. And now the 3-0, and it's high for ball 4. DeTroya walks on 4 straight. Young is pushed to second, and with 1 out, it's back to the top of the order for Kobe Foppe, but first a timeout from the Desert Ridge side. We play in the top of the second. Notre Dame leads 1-0. Kobe Foppe up for Notre Dame. Came in batting .312 on the season with 3 doubles, 4 RBI, and he's going to bunt. Nice bunt down the line, and the throw is going to bounce and get away from Rodriguez, and Notre Dame's going to get at least 1 run. They might get a second one. Nope, they're going to hold the runner. I thought they might send 1 more around. So a run in on the throwing error to first base.
There they are, Coach.
DeTroya goes to third and Foppy to second. It's 2-0 Notre Dame, and the batter is Cooper Samples.
Ooh, that'll work.
And Samples with a fly ball into shallow left field. Eggman charging in, can't get to it as it falls in front of him. And DeTroya scores to make it 3-0. And time called again, and that might be it for Bellick. We'll see as we play in the second. It's 3-0 Saints. And Devin Durant steps in for Notre Dame, and he faces a new Desert Ridge pitcher as Brian Natter is on to pitch for the Jaguars. And a ground ball on the first base side, and it's 0-2. 3 runs in for Notre Dame in the top of the second inning, leading Desert Ridge 3-0 in the semifinals of the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational. Now the 2-strike pitch. And that's pulled foul on the right side. Three hits in the inning for Notre Dame. And the breaking ball is outside. It's the 1-2. And popped up, but out of play. Foppy at second, Samples at first. One out in the Saints' second inning. They lead 3-0.
Oh, it is. Very good. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's yesterday. We played Williams going in 5 days. No, next Friday. Yeah, out there. Yeah.
Now the nod, the look back to second and the 1-2. And that's fouled off.
I'll tell you what, Patchen Junction is only about 2 miles from where we were at Desert Ridge. Really? Not that far.
Oh, it's not
2 miles more on the freeway.
It's all freeway?
I looked it up. Oh, it's just...
Durant batting .396 on the season, 7 doubles, 3 home runs, and 19 knocked in. Trying to get to 20 here. Natter with the set and the 1-2. The breaking ball is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's thrown in 4 strike curveball. About 3-5. I don't know if he has it.
Check back to second and the 2-2. And threw the fastball to challenge him there, and Durant swings and misses. So 2 away for Nick Affronti, who walked his first time up. He's batting .452. 2 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, a team high 21 knocked in. First pitch of ball to Affronti, the 8th man to bat in the inning for the Saints. The 1-0 pitch. Over the outside corner, a strike. It's 1-1. Three hits, a walk, an error in the inning, and Notre Dame has scored 3 times. The 1-1. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, kind of quiet today, isn't it? Remember yesterday, it was like a million of
Natter looking in, Flores through the signs. And the 1-2. Runners go, and the pitch is low, and it's 2-2.
Come on, kid. Be patient. Let's go.
A chance for Notre Dame here with 2 in scoring position, and the runners will be going on any ball put in play here, any contact made, and a chance to score a couple of runs on a base hit. Desert Ridge, though, looking like they're just 1 strike away from getting out of the rest of this inning here. Natter will work out of the windup. And this one fouled off on the right side. 3-0 Notre Dame, top of the 2nd inning. The Saints and the Jaguars playing in the semifinals in the Cleats Classic Invitational. Natter taking a little extra time. Now to the line in the 2-2. And the breaking ball misses. And it's 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. And that's up and in for ball 4. So Affronti walks to load the bases. And the bases loaded for Ryan Scott, batting .238 on the year with a triple and a home run, 5 knocked in. And he was called out on strikes his first time up. And a breaking ball over for a strike from Natter.
Come on, kid. Come on, 7.
Back to the line and the 1-strike pitch. Another breaking ball, and this one popped up. Over there, the second baseman right along the line in fair territory. Richens with the catch, and the side is retired. Notre Dame scores 3 times in the top of the 2nd, and after an inning and a half, they lead Desert Ridge 3-0. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Desert Ridge as Jaden Eggeman takes strike 1. And the next pitch bounced in there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Eggeman, Cone, and Foster for the Jaguars in the bottom of the 2nd inning as Desert Ridge trails Notre Dame 3-0. And the line and the 1-1. Shortening the bunt, Eggeman pulls the bat back and takes high, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch to Eggeman. At the knees, a strike, and it's 2-2. And that one fouled off. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gorzalani to the line in the 2-2. Just a little bit low, 3-2. I think the umpire anticipated that pitch was going to be low. You could see him kind of turn, thinking it was going to bounce in there. And the pitch might have been a little bit better than he thought. And a 3-2 and a fly ball to center field. Detroit to his left and back a couple of steps, and he's there to record out number 1. And the first pitch to Skylar Cohn outside for ball 1. And the next pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. That's at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 out, base is empty. Bottom of the second inning. Desert Ridge trailing Notre Dame 3-0. And the pitch outside, and it's 2-2. Two and two on Cone. Ryan Foster next. The wind and the pitch. Punched at and foul on the right side. And that pitch over for a called strike as Cone has a look back at the plate umpire, but he's out on strikes, and there's 2 away in the Jaguars' second inning. Two away for the center fielder, Ryan Foster. And the first one of Foster misses for ball 1. And the next one fouled back, and it's 1-1. And the next one misses. 2 balls and a strike. And the 1 and the 2-1. That's low, 3-1. Out of that pitch, a strike, and it's 3-2. And a ground ball out to short. Poppy waits for a hop, throws, and in time at first base, and that retires the side. Desert Ridge up and down in order in the second after 2. They trail Notre Dame 3-0. Duncan Morfin leads it off in the third for Notre Dame and takes strike 1. He doubled and scored his last time up. Came in batting .265. That double in the second, his 4th of the year. And waits on a breaking ball and hits one out to right to center field. And tracking it down, Foster in center for the first out. Now Hunter Bross And Bross hit by a pitch. And that one's going to go to the backstop for Devin Young. And Bross to second base. Now the set and the 1-0 pitch over the outer half of the plate for a strike. It's 1-1. And the next one misses. 2-1. 1 on, 1 out, top of the third. Notre Dame leading 3-0. And a ball hit on the ground is short. They're going to go to third base, and running right into the tag there is Bross. That ball got to Unruh pretty quickly, and a little base running there, error there for Notre Dame. 6-5 on the play to third base. Young aboard on the fielder's choice. He was batting 185 with a couple of doubles and 4 RBI. And the Saints lose that runner in scoring position. And a breaking ball over for a strike. And you know, you go with that rule of thumb that a ball hit in front of you when you're running at second base. If the ball's hit in front of you, don't go. If it's hit behind you, then you take off for third. And another one over for a strike, and it's 0-2. And strike 3. And Detroit out on strikes, and Notre Dame done in the third. After 2.5, they lead 3-0. Eight, 9, and 1 for the Jaguars in the bottom of the third as Caleb Rodriguez takes low for ball 1. And the pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. The wind and the 1-1 pitch. That's fouled off, and it's 1-2. The wind and the 1-2 pitch. And that's bounced in, 2-2. The wind and the 2-2. And there's a line drive and a base hit into center field. And Caleb Rodriguez starts it off for Desert Ridge in the third. Leadoff hitter aboard for Desert Ridge in the bottom of the third inning, down 3-0. And the ball bunted. And that one fouled back. Ian Rady at the plate for Desert Ridge. And the next one bounced in. Rady, the ninth in the order for Desert Ridge, batting And bunting down the first base side, but bunts it foul, and it's 1-2. Cam Richens next for the Jaguars. The set from Gorzolani in the 1-2. And a high chopper off the glove of Gorzolani. Tried to recover and cannot do it. He was going off the backside of the mound. And Rady aboard as Rodriguez goes to second.
Come on, guys.
Kind of a tough play with the high chopper like that. And Gorzolani moving his feet over the pitcher's rubber and then down the back of the mound. But you really want to make sure you take care of the baseball there and for sure get that out at first base. Not able to do it, though. Now we'll see if Desert Ridge can take advantage. And the first one to Richens at the knees for strike one. Desert Ridge did not have any stats posted, so we don't have numbers for you for the Jaguars as the next one misses, and it's 1-1. Two aboard with nobody out in the bottom of the third. Semifinal game in the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational. Bunting, that's sent right out in front, and a throw to first base, and Gorzolani nearly made a mistake there, throwing that ball in a front. He bails him out by picking out a low throw that could have gone down the baseline. It's a bunt base hit for Richens, and it loads the bases for the very dangerous Riley Unroe. And time called here as the infield is in for Notre Dame to just get a breath here, regroup some. Unroe had a base hit his first time up. Gorzolani out of the windup. And the first one bounced in. It got away, but Rodriguez does not try to take off. Don't want to make the mistake here of running into an out at the plate. And a healthy cut there and a miss, and it's 1-1. Desert Ridge down 3-0, batting in the bottom of the third, but they've got the bases loaded with nobody out. And another one bounced in there, and it's 2-1. Jaguars trying to get on the scoreboard in the third, the 2-1 pitch. That's a fastball. It's high. Might have been out a bit, and it's 3-1. Now the 3-1. And that's over for a strike, and it's 3-2. Now the wind and the 3-2. And that ball hammered out to right field. Bras slips, going back, looking up. It's going to bounce up against the fence, and this could tie the ball game. Rodriguez scores. Rady scores. Richens waved around, and pulling in at third is Riley Unroe. He ties the game on a 3-run triple. It's Desert Ridge 3 and Notre Dame 3. I said the right fielder Bras slipped. It wouldn't have mattered. He wasn't going to get to that ball anyway. Might have got to it a step quicker, but he wouldn't have been able to make the play. And now we get a timeout from the Saints dugout. Playing in the third, it's 3-3. The first pitch to Taylor Flores, high for a ball. And a line drive, and that's caught by Samples for the first out. Flores hit it pretty well, but right at Samples, and there's one away as Desert Ridge is trying to get that go-ahead run in from third base, now with one out. And the batter is Alonso Palacios. Palacios called out on strikes his first time up. Runner at third base with one away, 3 runs in for the Jaguars in the bottom of the third to get even with Notre Dame. The winner advances to play in the championship game as Palacios takes outside for a ball, and they'll face the winner of IMG Academy and Williams Field, a semifinal going on behind us here at the Notre complex. The 1-0 pitch. That's bounced in. Scott saves a run there, and it's 2-0. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. 2-1 on Palacios, who was called out on strikes to end the first inning off the handle and fouls it out of play. Two and two on Palacios. Orslani looking for a big strikeout here. Into the line in the 2-2. And a ground ball will get the run home. It's picked up by Foppe, and he'll throw to Affronti at first base, but a ground out brings the run in and gives Desert Ridge the lead. It's an RBI ground out for Palacios. Unruh scores, and it's 4-3 Jaguars. So 2 away with the bases empty for Jaden Egeman, who had a fly ball to center field his first time up. And the first one over for a strike. And another one on the corner for strike 2. The line and the 2-strike pitch, and a swing and a miss. And the side retired, but Desert Ridge scores 4 times in the third inning, and after 3, they lead Notre Dame 4-3. Top of the order for the Saints in the fourth inning. Kobe Foppe takes ball 1. Foppe, Samples, and Durad for the Saints. And the next one over for a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1, and that's a base hit into right field. And the ball bobbled. It gets past Rady, and Foppe will go into second base. A single and an E9. And just like that, Notre Dame's got the tying run in scoring position at second base. Now Cooper Samples trying to get the ball to the right side of the infield. Hits a ground ball to third. That won't do it. Cone to Rodriguez. 5-3 on the ground out, and the runner has to stay at second. And the batter, Devin Durant.
Go 3-5.
One on, one out, bottom of the fourth inning. Notre Dame trailing Desert Ridge 4-3. And a breaking ball hit on the ground into the hole on the left side. Foppe will be held as the throw comes in. They're out with a base hit, and that puts runners at first and third with one out for Nick Affronti. Affronti ready. He's walked both times up so far today. And a pop up. And it's on the grass. Richens with the catch. And there's two away. And that first one to Ryan Scott misses for ball one. Foppe at third, to Rad at first with 2 outs in the Saints' fourth. The 1-0. And a ground ball over to third, grabbed by Cone. And he goes the short way to second to retire Durant. 5-4 on the play at second base, and a fielder's choice ends the Saints' fourth inning. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on after 3.5. Notre Dame trails Desert Ridge 4-3. 6, 7, and 8 of the order for Desert Ridge. In the bottom of the fourth inning, Skylar Cone, the third baseman, takes high for ball one. And takes that one over for a strike, and it's 1-1. The line and the 1-1 pitch. And that's low. 2 balls and a strike. And the 2-1. Over the outside corner, a strike. 2-2. Cone, Foster, and Rodriguez for the Jaguars in the fourth inning. And the next one high. And it's 3-2 to the leadoff hitter in the Desert Ridge fourth. Gorzalani to the line in the 3-2. And a ground ball into the hole at short, picked up by Foppe, sets his feet, throws, and not able to get it at first base is Affronti. Bounced just a couple of feet in front of him and got down the line there. Cone does not try to advance past first base, so he's on at first for Ryan Foster. And time called from the Saints dugout. We may get a change here as we play in the bottom of the fourth. Desert Ridge leads Notre Dame 4-3. Ryan Foster up for Desert Ridge and takes a first pitch high for a ball from the new Notre Dame pitcher. This is Thomas Lamont. The 1-0. That's high. 2 balls and no strikes. And another one high. 3-0. Desert Ridge up 4-3. They've got the first guy aboard at first base. Got to be taken here, I'm sure, on 3-0. And it's up and in again. So 4 straight, right about the same location. That one even a little bit higher. Two aboard, nobody out for Caleb Rodriguez. And that ball down the left side, but foul. Interesting that Rodriguez was swinging away there after Lehman comes in as a relief pitcher throwing the first 4 out of the strike zone. Swinging away on the first one. The pitch is high and it's 1-1. Guess the other way to look at it, though, is you're thinking that after a relief pitcher comes in and throws 4 straight balls, he might try to get out in front of a hitter by throwing one down the middle. The 1-1 pitch.
There you go.
And a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Two aboard, nobody out, bottom of the 4th. Desert Ridge leading Notre Dame 4-3. Saints got all 3 of their runs in the bottom of the 2nd. Desert Ridge scored in the top of the 2nd, rather. Desert Ridge scored all 4 of their runs in the bottom of the 3rd. And a breaking ball over for a called 3rd strike. And Rodriguez, the first down of the Jaguars' 4th inning. And the batter is Ian Rady. And the ball popped out of play on the first base side for strike 1. Lehman 1-0 on the season, making his 4th appearance. An ERA of 6.18. 5 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits allowed, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. A walk and a strikeout in his first 2 batters here, and that pitch a called 2nd strike. The breaking ball hits Rady in the helmet, and that'll load the bases. Pretty easy breaking ball there. I mean, it's in the helmet, so it's going to ring a little bit, but a lot better than getting the fastball there. And so it loads the bases with 1 out for Cam Richens. And time called again from the Saints dugout. Bases loaded with 1 out, bottom of the 4th. It's 4-3. And the first pitch to Cam Richens misses for ball 1. Chet Johns, the new pitcher for Notre Dame. And a ground ball. Picked up at 3rd. They got to go to the plate, and out at the plate is the call. Boy, now they got a runner hung up for some reason between 2nd and 3rd, and safe over at 3rd base. Boy, somebody ran off the base there as the force out goes to home. So the play at the plate is the 2nd out. Foster was at 3rd. Rady, for some reason, went all the way around 2nd. He was close to 3rd base and got somehow back to 2nd. So bases loaded, and guess who's up? It's Riley Unroe. Unroe came up with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning and delivered a 3-run triple. And he's hit by a pitch here, and that'll force in a run. Now we'll see what happens after, but you almost wonder if it's better that Unroe gets hit there rather than giving him a chance to swing the bat with the bases loaded. But a run is in to make it 5-3 Desert Ridge. And the batter, Taylor Flores. Jaguars just about ran themselves out of an inning with that base running mistake. And a ground ball out to short. Foppe bobbles it again, throws, and that's going to be late at first base, and another run is in on an E6.
Come on, let's go, guys.
2 in for the Jaguars here in the 4th inning.
Good job, Chet.
And Gorzolani long gone for Notre Dame. Chet Johns comes in, and not such a bad situation there as he got a ground ball on the first hitter, then hit Unruh with the bases loaded to bring in a run. Got a ground ball there that should have ended the inning, but instead the inning prolonged, and now Desert Ridge not only gets the extra run in the inning, they're looking for more with Alonzo Palacios at the plate. Yeah, and he fouls the first one out of play, or off the fence, I guess, over by the Saints dugout. Palacios with a strikeout in the first and RBI ground out in the third. But a ground out won't get it done here with 2 outs in the inning. Looking for a clean base hit. And the pitch is high, and it's 1-1. Richens at third, Unruh at second. Cam Ashby running for Flores at first, and a ground ball, foul outside of third. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases still loaded here for the Jaguars in the 4th. And the pitch is low, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Oh, and they call a strike 3 there on Palacios, and that will end the inning. Jaguars add 2 more, though, and after 4 innings of play, it's Desert Ridge 6 and Notre Dame 3. Duncan Morford leads it off in the 5th inning for Notre Dame and takes up an in for ball 1. It's the 3rd time he's led off. Takes another one up and in, and it's 2-0. Brian Natter on in relief for Desert Ridge, pitching with the lead now. And has been for an inning, as the next one is high 3-0. The 3-0 pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-1. Notre Dame has out hit Desert Ridge 6-5 as that ball is fouled off and comes to the backstop. Natter trying to come all the way back here after falling behind 3-0. And the 3-2. And he loses him, ball 4. And Morford goes to first base. Now Hunter Bross for Notre Dame. Bross batting .278, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and 9 knocked in. And now Bross trying to move the runners around. And a pitch on the corner for a strike.
See the ball, see it to the back.
Bross grounded out in the 2nd, was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. And the 1-strike pitch just misses, and it's 1-1. Natter ready again, and the 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Little help there from Bross. That one up out of the strike zone. The 1-2. And a ground ball to short. Unruh to Richens. On to Rodriguez. And a double play. 6-4-3 on the double play. Erases the Saints base runner. And a bang-bang play at first, but Bross doubled up over at first base, and with 2 away, the batter is Devin Young. And a breaking ball hit right back to Notre, and he's going to run it over to first base and run on into the dugout. A 1-3 put out to end the Saints' fifth. They go quiet, and after 4.5, the Saints trail Desert Ridge 6-3. Desert Ridge sends up 5, 6, and 7 in the order. In the bottom of the fifth inning as Jaden Eggman takes strike one. Eggman with a flyout and a strikeout in 2 at-bats. And the ball fouled off, and it's 0-2. Chet Johns 1-1 on the season for the Saints, making his 5th appearance. An ERA of 4.20. And a breaking ball fouled off of the plate. He's thrown 5 innings, 8 hits allowed, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. The 0-2. And that's inside, 1-2. Cohn and Foster next for the Jaguars as they hit in the bottom of the fifth inning. It's the semifinals of the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational. And a breaking ball fools Eggman over for a called third strike, and he's the first out in the fifth inning. Winner of this game will advance to the championship game at 7 o'clock tonight, right here on this same field at Gene Autry Complex in Mesa. They'll face the winner of number 6 Williams Field. And actually, I guess Williams Field number 7 maybe. Number 7 Williams Field, number 11 IMG Academy. And a fly ball hit well out to center field sends Detroit back. But he's there for the catch. And there's 2 away. Now Ryan Foster. And a ground ball to Foppe. Circles around it. Throws a little low, but Affronte picks it out. And a 6-3 ground out ends the inning. It's a 7-pitch inning for Chet Johns. 3 up and 3 down go the Jaguars. And we go to the 6th inning. Desert Ridge leads Notre Dame 6-3. Saints end up 9-1-2 in the order in the top of the 6th inning as Jimmy Detroit takes high for a ball. He came into the game batting .333 with a triple and 4 knocked in. And a ground ball fielded throw to first base, and that's in time. Brian Natter off the mound in a hurry to get that ball. And the third baseman, Cohn, coming in, might have been able to make that play to get Detroit at first base, but Natter got to it even a step quicker and turned into not as close of a play over at first as I thought it might be. Now Foppe. And he takes a curveball inside for ball 1. Foppe with a couple of base hits, plus he's reached on an error. It takes high, and it's 2-0. The 2-0 pitch. And a line shot foul. Balls in a strike. And a pitch at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. And a breaking ball that misses, 3-2. And Natter with the 3-2 pitch. And that's pulled foul on the third base side. 1 out, base is empty in the Saints' 6th inning. Notre Dame trailing 6-3. They were down 4-3 to Desert Mountain in the quarterfinals yesterday when they scored 3 in the top of the 7th and won 6-4. And that's ball 4 as Foppe goes to first base.
patience. Here we go.
1 on and 1 out for Cooper Samples, 1 for 3 today. He had an RBI single in the second. The first pitch over for a strike. The 1 strike pitch. And a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. The set of the 2 strike pitch with a runner going. The pitch outside, the throw down, and out at second base. Good pitch to handle there for Flores, the catcher, and he throws the strike to second base. Foppe called out as he is caught stealing. And 1 and 2 on Samples with the bases empty and 2 outs. The 1-2 is high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. And it's out towards second base. 1 hop to Richens. Throw on to first. And the side is retired. Saints get a 1-out walk. Runner erased on a caught stealing. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning with Notre Dame trailing Desert Ridge 6-3. Keelan Rodriguez, the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 6th inning as he takes a curveball for a strike from Chet Johns. And the pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-2. The wind and the 2 strike pitch. And a ground ball, first base side, that's foul. And righty Cam Richens to follow for the Jaguars in the 6th, trying to build on a 6-3 lead, and a breaking ball buckles the knees for Rodriguez, and he's called out on strikes. 1 out in the Desert Ridge 6th inning, and the batter Ian Rady. And Rady takes strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. And a breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 0-2. The 2 strike pitch. And a swing and a miss, and Rady strikes out. 4th strikeout for Chet Johns. And 2 full innings of work. And in fact, 2 1/3 innings. He got the final 2 outs in the 4th. A 3 up, 3 down 5th, and now the first 2 outs in the 6th inning. He's retired 6 in a row. And the first one to Richens misses for ball 1. Bottom of the 6th inning, Desert Ridge leading Notre Dame 6-3. We didn't get a score, at least I didn't hear the score, as we get a ball driven out into right center field, down for a base hit, and coming around first base, Richens going to try for second as the ball was bobbled. And he's in there with a 2-out base hit. He's in scoring position for Riley Unroe, and now it'll be interesting here to see if Notre Dame pitches to Unroe with first base open. but didn't hear a score over there, but it sounds like IMG Academy is leading Williamsfield in the other semifinal game. The winner of that one will face the winner of this one on this same field at 7 o'clock tonight in the championship of the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational. And the first pitch to Unruh is outside for a ball. Riley's been on base all 3 times, a single in the first, a 3-run triple in the third, and he got hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the fourth, and now after 1 pitch, Notre Dame decides to put him on. I don't know if that was just a pitch late on the decision or if they wanted to see what the first pitch was from Johns to see if he could get in front of Unruh. But the intentional walk puts runners at first and second with 2 outs for Taylor Flores. Flores making his way to the plate. He's, of course, the catcher, and so he had all the gear on, so he had to wait to see if he was going to get a chance to hit here in the 6th inning, and he will. Flores 0 for 3, a strikeout, a line out, and he reached on an error. And the pitch over for a strike. Looking ahead to the Notre Dame 7th inning, they'll send up the heart of the order. 3, 4, and 5 will bat in the 7th. The 0-1 pitch instead of turn back to second. Richens at second, Unruh at first, with 2 outs. The 1-strike pitch. And a ground ball to second. Samples gets an easy hop, and he'll go the short way to second to get the final out of the 6th inning. A fielder's choice off the bat of Flores ends it. And we go to the 7th inning with Desert Ridge still leading Notre Dame 6-3. 3, 4, and 5 in the order for Notre Dame in the 7th. Devin Durad with a swing and a miss for a strike. Durad, Affronti, and Scott for the Saints. And the next one outside, and it's 1-1. Justin Vebelik went the first inning and a third, and it's been natter since. And a fly ball to right field, Rady over near the line, makes the catch. And the first down recorded in the Saints' 7th. And it's not Rady out there in left field. He can't pick up the number. It might be Foster out there. But the out recorded in right field, and the batter is Nick Affronti. And Affronti hits a fly ball. This one to center field. And that's put away for out number 2. Well, that's Foster in center field still. How about George Lamb in right field, perhaps? I can't quite see the number out there. But 2 away, and the Saints down to their final out here in the 7th inning. And the first pitch, a called strike. It looked like that might have been a little bit high. The 1-strike pitch. And a breaking ball fouled back, and it's 0-2. And a high chopper charging Unruh, picks it up, throws, and that's that. A 6-3 ground out, and Notre Dame is very quiet in the 7th as they go up and down in order. Brian Natter comes on and throws 5 2/3 innings of scoreless relief for the Desert Ridge Jaguars. And we go final as Notre Dame falls to Desert Ridge by a final score of 6-3. Totals on the ball game. For Notre Dame, 3 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors and 7 runners left. For Desert Ridge, 6 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors, and 6 runners left on base. With the win, Desert Ridge advances to the championship game in the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational, and Notre Dame finishes their tournament They go to 10-5 in the season. Desert Ridge improves to 9-4. So we'll be back at 7 o'clock tonight to bring you the championship game of the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational. But we remind you the final score in this one, it's Desert Ridge 6 and Notre Dame 3. From Notre Park in Mesa, Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. And we'll talk to you at 7 tonight for the championship game.